too. Because
Good evening. Call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors meeting for December 2022 to order. Roll call.
Jordan?
Here.
Chartle?
Here.
Bovard?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please note that all supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Is there any public comment on agenda items? Agenda items only at this time. Hearing none, please note that public comment will also be received during each agenda item and at the end of the meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve the November 15th, 2022 study session and regular meeting minutes as presented in our packets.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's reports for November 2022 and approve payment of bills in the amount of $120,468.01, subject to audit.
I'll make that move. Second.
Discussion?
Paying bills.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Municipal reports. We'll start with Police Chief Chip Brown.
Good evening. For the month of November, we received 60 complaints and 60 of those were cleared. Time spent in the school zone was 8 hours. Time spent on traffic watch and patrol in the township was 148 hours. There's 122 and a half hours spent in the office and working on reports. There was 24 and a half hours spent on investigative time. 3 hours was spent in court. 21 and a half hours was spent on miscellaneous township time with transports, errands, and meeting with different magistrates. There were a total of 25 traffic stops for the month, with 5 citations being issued. 1 for speeding, 3 for obedience to traffic control devices, and 1 for failure to stop for a school bus. There were 20 warnings issued. 7 for speeding, 4 for stop sign, 4 for faulty equipment, 1 for texting while driving, 2 for following too close, 1 for driving on the right side of the roadway, and 1 for periods of required lighting. We assisted other police departments twice. We assisted fire and EMS once. We assisted the public once, and we received 1 piece of information from the general public. There were 31 investigations, 1 non-reportable accident, 3 animal complaints, 1 civil complaint, 2 fraud investigations, 1 shots fired investigation, 1 criminal mischief complaint, 1 burglary, 5 thefts, 1 theft of a motor vehicle, 4 domestic disturbance calls, 1 trespassing, 1 disorderly conduct, 1 harassment complaint, 1 missing or attempt to locate of a juvenile, 3 suspicious persons calls. We answered 1 residential burglar alarm. There was 1 item of stolen property recovered and 2 911 hang-up investigations. There was 1 misdemeanor arrest for harassment, and mileage of all police vehicles was 1,716 miles.
What's the scoop on that new car?
We finally got everything, update on it as far as the uplifting from IBIS. The only thing we're still dealing with is that front fascia that was damaged before we got it, but it is in service and being used.
Who's fixing that?
We're kind of getting to the point where we're gonna have it fixed and sent forward the bill, or working on it,
So it'll be fixed by a local dealer, is that it, or?
probably.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Okay, any more questions for Chief Brown? Thank you very much, Chip. John with the road report.
From 11/15/22 to 12/13 today, we've been continuing to finish up the vacuuming of the leaves on both sides of the township, also picking up bagged leaves, and currently we're cleaning ditches to try to get ready for winter here. We actually had 3 days of actual winter maintenance that required some either snow plowing or thawing agent on the roads. We completed equipment maintenance and service, front and rear, top to bottom on all the trucks, plow equipment. Due to some bad weather, excessive rain, we opened plug ditches, culverts, and some different drains. And again, it was due to the hard rains and winds that we had for 2 days. Also ditching on Town Line, Leslie, and Springs Road is complete. And we also had a number of trees down due to high winds, and they were taken care of and cleaned up. And currently, the last couple of days, we cut some shoulders on Shrek Road, and we threw seed down and mulch. Chances are the seed won't take, but at least it's covered for the winter. And Liberty Street Extension we cut shoulders as well down there. That's pretty much so it for the month.
Any questions for John? Thank you very much. Jill with the zoning report for the month.
For the month of November, we had one building permit that was a demolition of the existing batch plant and the construction for the foundation of the new batch plant at Meadville Ready Mix, or what is now M&B Dewbrook. $75,000, that is for the temporary footing foundation. They're going to enclose the building come next spring or summer.
Is Middle Department able to do that inspection on that because of that size of that structure they are?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
They put up a brand.
because they're doing commercial.
Everything.
Branding.
Everything, the old batch plants
Everything.
coming out of there.
Yeah, the
Yep.
other thing's gonna be demoed, the whole thing.
They're gonna enclose it, so it won't be outside.
Similar, I have a plan, I don't have it here in front of me, but there is a plan you can have to take a look at, but similar to it, yeah.
Okay.
And then we had one variance that was for the VFW post. They're having open to public. You signed the decision this evening, Alan had drafted, so the variance happened. And then just to let people know, we've had a house on Franklin Pike that was kind of in bad shape, but it's actually coming down, and yep, so it's actually been bought by somebody different, and the house is actually down. They're working on cleaning it up. So that was at no cost to the township. It was through the private property owner, so that's always a plus.
All right. Any questions, comments for Jill? All right, moving on to regular business. Item number 1, consider approving a request to subdivide lands owned by David J. and Michelle A. Zelasco for property located on Springs Road Extension. The subdivision involves combining lot number 1 consisting of 2.357 acres with tax parcel number 3217-196-A-1 owned by Daniel T. and Patricia A. Leach, so that lot 1 can become part of the total lands consisting of 9.296 acres, which will clarify and record a corrective deed for both properties. Alan, would you like to?
Yeah, generally speaking, this is the subdivision that's being approved tonight. It's just simply taking some property from the Lozazo property and joining it with the Leach property. There's about a 2-acre parcel that's being added to the Leach property, and that property is on DeVore and Springs Road Extension at the corner. That's it.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the request and authorize signing the Leach Zelasco subdivision plan for property located on Springs Road Extension as presented, pending final signatures and any other necessary requirements.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Just like to know, everyone to know that we did meet with Mr. Leach at our study session prior to this meeting, and everything seems to be in order. Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Item number 2, under the regular business, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-13, approving and adopting a revised emergency operations plan for West Mead Township, which meets state and NIMS requirements and conforms to the requirements of the Crawford County Emergency Operations Guidelines.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on that.
John, do you want to explain that a little bit, Don, what it?
Every municipality in Pennsylvania is required to have an emergency operations plan, and that plan consists of 3 parts: the basic plan, the functional checklists, and the notification and resource manual. The first 2 parts should be reviewed and updated every 2 years, and then the notification and resource manual should be updated and reviewed at least annually. So this is just something that we do every 2 years to update, adopt, and approve a revised emergency operations plan.
I'll make a motion. We adopt the plan.
I'll second that.
Did we already do that? Yeah, we already did that. We're in discussion.
Oh, okay.
Any more discussion?
No.
Roll
Yes.
call.
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Item number 3, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-14, approving and adopting to repeal the assessments for street lighting on various public roadways in West Mead Township that provide for public safety to be paid for from the general fund beginning January 1st, 2023, with all current and prior unpaid assessments to remain due and payable.
So moved.
Second.
And discussion on that. Jill? A little,
Essentially, we're just changing we had for a long period of time assessed the property owners who benefited from the streetlights for the cost of those streetlights. And as I understand it, the supervisors basically recognize that the traffic that uses those roads probably benefits from the streetlights more than the adjoining property owners, so we're going to take those funds out of the general fund, as I understand it. This resolution will approve that change.
I will say, just to remind everybody, that if they do owe previous streetlight bills, those will not be exempt. So those will have to be paid, and we're going to try and collect those. We've already been started working on collecting, and we've had some good success, but they're going to be payable pretty quickly, not
Right.
drug out for years. But
Yeah.
going forward, there won't be any streetlight assessment bills.
okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Item number 4, we're going to review the proposed 2023 budget. Hold a budget hearing for final review of the proposed 2023 budget. And just to let everybody know that the budget really has not changed since it was proposed at the November meeting. And Jill, did you just want to go over the highlights again real quickly, the Cliff Note version?
Sure.
please?
Basically, our general fund, that's our usual working fund. We plan on starting a beginning fund balance of $46,952. The amount of receipts that would come in is $1,404,993. And the amount of expenses going out are $1,440,462. So we anticipate having a surplus at the end of 2023 of $11,483. That's for the general fund. For the state liquid fuels fund, we anticipate having a fund balance carryover at the beginning of $14,258. Total receipts of $219,433. Total expenses of $233,691, and we expect to have an ending fund balance of 0. That's what we pay road projects, any kind of road work, seal coat work out of. The Capital Reserve Act 13 gas funds will have a carryover of $4,553. Total receipts of $50. The expenses of $3,500, and a fund balance of $1,103. That's money that we put to usually towards our parks, whether it be equipment or potential sign. Capital Reserve Fund, we anticipate $2,086,125. Total receipts of $117,500. Total expenses of $40,000. Ending surplus of $2,163,625. That's our capital reserve money. That was from the sale of the sewer authority.
Right.
We do use some of that money to pay for fire departments or fund the EMS. That's where we have some of the funds set aside this year. Capital Reserve Interest Fund is $115,728 at the beginning. Total receipts of $42,988. Total expenses of $105,000. Ending surplus of $53,716. We do have money set aside in there also for, public safety, fire and EMS. So the ARPA funds is our last fund. We anticipate having $303,533 carry over. Total receipts of $100, pretty much interest. And then we have $303,033. Once again, we have EMS funds out of there, plus money for the purchase of the police vehicle. We have money set aside for police and for roads. We anticipate $600 set aside at the end of the year. This is a 1 mil increase budget.
Yes.
So we were going from 4.25 mils to 5.25. And that'll be effective come January 1. I think hit the high spots, didn't I?
Yep, yes, you
Okay.
did.
Thank you. I would like to indicate that it does include $42,000 in total for EMS to go to Meadville Area Ambulance Service. At this time, is there any public comment on the proposed 2023 budget? Are there any supervisor comments?
Yeah, I have one. Mr. Henry, I'll apologize to you for something that I had indicated when we had conversation about this budget, and it indicated about a pickup truck or a tractor. Well, that's still in there, but what I can tell you is that's not gonna happen, okay? I mean, it's in there, and it's for equipment. But I can tell you, this board agreed that there would be no pickup truck, okay? So, I just want to clear that up, okay?
Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we adopt this budget.
Motion on the floor, is there a second? I'll second the motion. Any discussion on the motion?
Well, okay, we can talk final comment or whatever. I guess we can talk about budget. I'm just going to say right up front, I didn't pass this budget because of a couple of things that I was concerned with, and it's not that I don't support what it's for. I just had what I thought was a better idea on how to handle it, or to start it, or to pay attention to it, and that went back to the EMS. I believe we have a duty to take care of that, okay? My thought on that, and I want everybody to understand right up front, it wasn't that I was disagreeing with that. I wanted to start the amount a little slower. I wanted to watch it a little closer. And this is all brand new to us, okay? It was brought to us about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and asked to be considered in the budget, and it got in the budget. I just thought that we should have started the process a little slower and went that way with it. But beyond that, that's all I have. So I'm not against it. I don't want anybody to say that. Mr. Tribune writer over there, get it right.
Any other discussion on the motion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
No.
Bovard?
Yes. Okay. Please note that our reorganizational meeting will be on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023 at 4:30 PM. We changed the time. Followed by the regular monthly meeting. And at this time, we will accept public comment from Westmead Township residents, Westmead Township property owners, or anybody who works in Westmead Township. So you have to live in Westmead Township or be a Westmead Township taxpayer for public comment.
May I just interrupt for one thing?
Yes.
That is, I am asking for a brief executive session following this meeting
Okay.
for a matter involving current litigation for the township. Thank you.
Okay.
The only thing I have to say is, we thought we had Eric on the schedule. Is there something that we missed or with Eric? Jill, you and I both thought that we had him on
Yeah,
a work session
apologize.
scheduled for some concerns that you had, or,
No, he texted me like 7 minutes ago. Waiting for it, so.
but I mean, you're okay or you're not okay, or, I mean, with,
Yeah, I
okay.
can, I'll speak if you want. I don't have a problem speaking now. For a public speaking part. I don't have a
Jill and
problem.
I kind of thought that you wanted on the agenda, on the work, okay.
Oh, I must have misunderstood then.
No, but I'll speak if you want. I can speak up.
Sure.
I believe I live in West Mead, I guess. So, John and I are a lot alike sometimes. I'm sorry.
Please state your name.
Yes, sir. Eric Henry, West Mead Township, Franklin Pike, and sadly, not the house that I thought was going down. So, good discussion. But at the end of the day, I want to tell you guys that John and I are a lot alike. I think we're both really diligent with people's money. We're conservative. We're fiscally responsible, and sometimes it's best that we, John's words, that we man to man talk things out. And I respect John for his work on this. I understand why he's doing it, and I want to clarify, based on the discussions that John and I had. John is not opposed to EMS coverage. John actually has used my service on multiple times and has said how important it was, and I think that's important for people to know. So John has been very fair and honest about that. This is a new thing, and what I would tell you folks is it's $1.67 per household per month. That's what it is, and it's a $0.5 tax because that's what's on the books. What I want it to be is a one-year Band-Aid. I want legislators to hear and understand what townships are going through, what's on the books. I'll give credit to Jill Dunlap. I've had multiple municipalities who received canned letters to use that Jill had provided, and they have sent them out. And I've actually heard from legislators who have, just so you're aware, forwarded those two ideas about other revenue to the actual committee for policy. So Jill's letters have worked. I just had breakfast with the representative the other day, and he said, I don't know where the letters came from, but I got some letters, and we were talking about some of the things in regards to that. So I think that's good. But I think what this could be is just a life preserver. And we all know, I'm not going to go bore you into the details of why EMS is funded so poorly, but the reason that I'm here and the reason I made a request 2 months ago is because that's where the legislator told us to come. And you guys have watched those meetings, you've heard what he said. They were going to tack 2 mills onto EMS, and I don't think that's appropriate for townships to handle. I think a $0.5 tax is what they have on the books, and that's what we asked for. I've had multiple other municipalities who have come around. You're officially the second one, but I had other folks that just have some details. We're working through some. It might take a few months extra to get through the process because we have 22 municipalities. I'm not the only ambulance service that's asked. There's multiple ambulances down in Mercer too asking for the same thing. But at the end of the day, I think we all want a solution. So I appreciate Westmead supervisors, and I love living in this township, and I've told John that. I think you guys do a great job, and at the end of the day, let's just hope it's a Band-Aid. Let's hope we can find some solutions. So
Eric, for me, I'll be honest with you, getting started with this thing, and we've got the ball rolling, I think it's bigger picture. I think that we need to pay attention to those funds and if there's the cell phone tax, then so be it. If it's a straight across the board tax, so be it.
right.
But let's not just help EMS, let's help the fire departments, because at the big picture, we could do that.
Yep.
We could give them more than we're funding right now.
Yeah. And not any one municipality can solve this problem. It really is going to take
Everybody.
concerted effort. The COG is a good avenue to start. That was a great meeting, and we had good meetings. So it's going to take all of us to do that. And I will only say this, and I'll leave you this for tonight. The ambulance service is more unique than any other private for-profit business. We operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what we deliver. We're not any other type of business. Otherwise, you would fund other businesses here, but that's a requirement of the township to have EMS. I know the importance for you guys to have EMS in place, and I appreciate the fact that you've considered all the processes. So we'll work together. I'll keep you informed, and Jill's going to keep pushing. I know she will. So we'll get some answers before the end of the year. That's our goal. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you very much, Eric. And Alan has a sample contract that we'll be getting to you, and like I said, we'll just have to iron out the details.
It's becoming commonplace.
Okay, again, I will call for public comment at this time. Just a reminder, must be a West Mead Township resident, West Mead Township property owner, or work in West Mead Township. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay, hearing none. Supervisor's final comment?
I just want to say I wish everybody happy holidays. It's this time of year. Get ready. I think we're going to have some bad weather the next couple days here. So be careful, slow down, and hope to see everybody here next year.
I don't have a whole lot, other than, again, Mike's right, we're going to get some bad weather here. They're calling for freezing rain come Thursday afternoon. Hopefully we get through that without it being an issue. I know Willie gets a little nervous when the ice hits. So I guess we'll deal with it, and hopefully we get through it and don't have any issues. I just ask that everybody drive careful, and see you next year.
Did you want to introduce ZZ Top or not?
Nah, don't do it to him.
No.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
Well, anyhow, we do have a new part-time employee here. Jason Douglas is going to help us with some equipment repairs. He might look like ZZ Top or whatever, but it's truly Jason Douglas. So, but anyhow, he's on board helping us with equipment and repairs and stuff like that. So,
State inspections.
state inspections as well. Correct.
All right. Anything else, John?
No, I'm done.
I'd just like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you next month. Motion to adjourn to an executive session.
Yep, that's it.
Entertain a motion to adjourn to
I'll
an
make a
executive
motion to
session.
adjourn to executive
Second.
session.
Any discussion on that motion?
No.
Roll call?
Who seconded it?
I did.
Okay, I just saw. Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
Amen, brother.